I heard you looking for me, but the old me is dead and gone. What do you see? Same guy, but I sing a new song, and it goes like da 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 da, and it goes like da 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 da.
Why do you think that men hate going to the doctors?
I can only
And
speak.
do you think they do? Do you think they hate?
I can only speak for myself. I don't think I hate going to the doctors. I only go to the doctors if I need to go to the
You're
doctors.
soft.
Nah, you know what? What I don't like about going to the doctors is that the doctor then sits down and prescribes me something, even though that's what you go to the doctors for. But like the doctor says I have to take this. I don't like taking.
So what do you go for? The experience.
Okay. Now,
Man, talking to the receptionist. Hi, can I make an appointment, please?
One time, booking an appointment at the doctor's is a bad experience, and then you have to call like 10 times to get in. But that's a different story.
Yeah.
Like when I go to the doctors. Like literally, I've been to the doctors for something like I had loads of wax stuck on my ear one time, and I couldn't hear anything up. I thought I was.
Man said 20 years ago.
Listen, it's a real thing. Obviously,
No, it's not.
You know. I had a cotton bud, and obviously you're not meant to use cotton buds in it. You're not really meant to use cotton buds, or you meant to use them a particular way. So obviously I'm pushing it in and pushing it in. One day I just couldn't hear out one side of my ear, and I was like this. I was like, raw. I was like, I'm deaf, and I called the doctors, booked an appointment.
You know what it is? People wasting the doctor's time.
In your damn ear, Jay. He's like, I can't book an appointment, blood.
Ears, man.
The doctor said, "Oh, you've got wax buildup in your ears. You're not deaf." And then they put me in for a spray, like the spray out your ear.
You're not deaf.
But that was a serious.
You're not deaf. You're not deaf.
I'm not gonna lie. Because obviously you don't get the appointment straight away. So for a good few days, like 3 days, I was looking round, only able to hear out of one ear, and I was shook, man.
You're member to the order for healing, you know.
I always, man. But that's one of the reasons I went to the doctors, because it was serious. Like I thought, I'm deaf. What just happened?
Yeah.
No, I'm not even gonna go into my other reasons. Other than that, I don't really go to the doctors. If something bad happens to me, I'll go to the hospital. I'm finished, man.
I can't pull. It's blocked.
My shoulders, all that sort of stuff, things that require going to the hospital. I don't really like going to the doctors.
You know what? Yeah.
For like the whole, I've got a headache. No, that's not the reason. For me, that's not a reason.
But that could be serious though.
For me, it's not serious. For me,
if you have headaches all the time, that actually is a problem.
It goes, isn't it?
Huh? We're not talking about the symptoms though, are we? Anyway, we're talking about things like.
And I don't like being told what to do.
Why you go in it?
So I don't like being told what to do as well.
No, it's true, and I think sometimes, obviously, it's very intrusive, isn't it?
Yeah.
So they ask you not just about like things pertaining to what you're going there for, but they ask you like family history. Like, do you have this? Do you have that?
Have you been doing this? Have you been
last time you had sex? Yeah.
That's right, bro. That question's not nice though.
He's now married now, so you can answer that brash. You can answer that brazy, bro. After that, I'm like, yo, just,
and you lie.
Never.
But then you're thinking like, what does sex have to do with the fact that I got cold or what? I'm saying like,
so it's intrusive. And then as you said, with those the information you give them, they've got a bigger picture on you.
Yeah.
And as you say, they're telling you like about your body. So, oh, you need to do this, and you need to take this, and you're thinking, no, I don't need to take that. But they're the professional.
Yeah.
And you've gone to see them.
I just don't like paying for medication, fam.
Nah,
no, the thing is, I go to doctors, they tell me what to say, they give me the
benefits, bro.
they don't even give me the price in it.
No, they give me the prescription, because obviously for years, free medication, and I remember the first time, like, oh yeah, it's like £9, I'm like, what?
Nah.
So I'm saying, I was vexed, I had to pay for medication, so I was like, sometimes I'll research online and see what kind of
natural remedies.
Natural remedies.
I find natural remedies for everything.
WebMD, the UK version.
I find.
But sometimes that shit's scary.
Listen, one time
You put your steps and symptoms in.
I think another thing. Nah, let me, because obviously man, stop crying now. Like one thing that happened to me was I went to the doctor and I thought it was serious. Couldn't really smell out my nose. Hey.
You're making it so bad. Bro.
Honestly, I thought what was wrong. I thought what was wrong with
Oh!
I thought what was wrong with my nose.
Man's senses are getting attacked, bro. Man won't be able to taste soon.
Nah, but I thought what was wrong with my nose. So obviously, I went online, searched all the symptoms that I had. The symptoms online said I had sinusitis and I need to do this, this, and this, and this. I walked to the doctor's like, oh, okay, ask me these questions. Then opens a book.
I better blow your nose.
Opens a book, says, I think you've got sinusitis. So yeah, that's what it said online. After that point, I was like, what's the hell, what's the point of me coming to the doctors if you're just going to read it out of a book? To me, what's the point?
I'm going to Google the same way you Google.
I had that experience when I had mumps.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm done. I'm laughing at him
I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry, man.
Hey, it's serious, you know. Nah, mumps are serious.
I'm sorry, bro.
Nah, because
they're the black nose in here.
Nah, because obviously I've had the vaccination in it, so they were like, oh, it looks like mumps, but you shouldn't have mumps because you had the vaccination in it. And then they was checking out like, yeah, I think it's mumps. Man was on the internet. The GP was on the internet. Obviously, then he was like, it's so rare. And then man was like, do you mind if we get some of the junior doctors in to just have a look?
What?
Yeah.
Senior doctor?
No, the junior doctors because
so they could witness.
Yeah, because they're very rare. They see these on it. Because he brought him in and he was like, so what do you think he's got? And they're like, oh, he looks like the mumps, but he's vaccinated. So but it's like what I said, like the GP a lot of the time, because they don't really specialise. So with rarer things, they have to go to other sources as well. So it's like you can self-diagnose. Self-diagnose.
Listen, I used to work with a GP in a kind of like a fitness capacity. Above, like he didn't know any of the bones or muscles, bro. I did not. Yo, bro. Like, I say like, yo, pull your leg here behind. We're gonna stretch the we're gonna stretch in it. Or your biceps, yeah. Yo, but nah, literally, bro. It was along those lines. Like he didn't know anything from. So I understand that they do what they need to do to pass it. You know what I'm saying? So I understand that. Aspect. Understand. You know.
But do you think that men don't go out of like a sign of weakness, like in the sense of not wanting to?
Yeah, because for me personally, I don't go to the doctor, not because I don't think they have a clue, or not because I don't like tablets. I don't like tablets, but that's another reason. But because, bro, like if I go to the doctors all the time, I'm like, yo, like I'm soft in a sense, bro. I'm not a real, you know what I'm saying? I'm not a real man if I go to doctors every day. You know what I'm saying? Because that's weak, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's weak.
So that's why you're laughing at that's why you're laughing at my having a blocked ear and that.
Yeah, bro.
He's weak.
Nah, fam, but these
Yo, blood, yo,
Burn that.
burn that. Yo, blood.
I don't want.
Yeah, you know what I'm
The thing-
saying, fam? I
the
got
thing
one
is-
ear, but I'll cut off that one, bro, myself.
But the thing is, this is the
Just let
thing.
me down.
I think sometimes we kind of allow ourselves to be so try and be like, you know what, I want to be a man about things.
Yeah, so mature.
When something like that, if it wasn't a blocked, if it wasn't waxed, it could have been something more serious. And the thing, but hear what I'm saying. The thing is, the ear. The thing is, the ear.
Yeah.
The thing I'm saying, the ear is so important.
Yeah.
Balance,
Yeah.
all those things there. Do you know what I'm saying? So like even down to like
Yeah,
headaches
yeah.
and stuff like that, it's sometimes down to water imbalance, but that's all dictated by something in your ear as well.
Yeah.
So we kind of like we don't know. And we just kind of brush it off.
Just brush them off.
And you know what I'm saying? And then you can end up in problems, do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, and then sometimes we ignore the little symptoms and we just brush them off and it mounts up, do you know what I'm trying to say? And the thing is, you think people just find out some people will find out they got cancer, do you know what I'm trying to say? And it's sporadic or it's so sudden. But some people ignore the thing. Like, I remember one time, I think I had a cyst. But I was scared in it because it was underneath my armpit. It was getting bigger and that. I was like, yo, I was shook.
Clean.
Shook, man. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But this guy, but the thing is, but that's all just, the thing is, the doctor was like, I walked in, I was like, yo, got a lump, man.
Yeah.
And the doctor was like, it's just a cyst.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It'll go away. And I was like, but the thing is, I'm conscious of it, do you know what I'm saying? Because cancer is something that's killing bare people. But even down to like my chest pains, I remember last year, it was probably just due to stress, but I was getting chest pains for the longest time. Like it was really dull, and at first, and it got worse, and my chest was getting tighter, and my arm, and I wasn't going doctors. I was like, nah, I confirm this, man. It's because I started going gym again. So I'm trying to say,
You think
like,
it could have been like when you were pregnant or something?
who's pregnant?
You.
How am I pregnant?
Oh, carry on.
I got 3 months.
What I'm saying, and I didn't want to go, not just because of like I thought it'll go away, but also down to the fact that I think that I was like I don't want to get any bad news, and because of the fact that bad heart disease I've got family with it. You know what I'm saying? My granddad and that, and it's like I don't want bad news because what if I get bad news and then like bruh.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm trying to
The
say?
thing is, like, it's inevitable, isn't it? If that is the case, because let's say you avoid the bad news and then you just drop dead. It's like,
So,
do you know what I mean?
The thing is, a lot of people would rather do that.
What?
No, but the thing is, okay, obviously, I'm not saying. I'm talking about in terms of going to the doctors. I'm not saying that they would actually say, I want to drop dead, but like they would rather that be the case and have to go to the doctors and then tell them, you've got X amount of time. X amount of time to live.
That's my worst fear, Someone
say
say you got
I think what Linford said is big, about it being intrusive. They're masking like intrusive. But me, like I don't really go to doctors. Mom's always on my back. Like Tasha ain't on my back too tough. Mom's always on my back. We need to get a check-up. Yeah, but like me, I don't go.
Have some rum.
Pardon?
Have a couple rum.
Racks, standard.
Couple shots of rum in it.
Cup of tea.
Nah,
but I didn't go for the simple reason that a few you mentioned, and because they're pill pushers.
Yeah, man.
You think, like, 100%, I think, and it's my opinion, but they're targeted on medication.
Yeah.
So you think about it, if it's owned by another company, right, and you ain't really selling much medication, then what's your target going to be? Your target going to be to sell more medication. Now, how many medications out there heal? Not many.
No.
Do you know what I mean? They're all treatments. I don't like the idea of a treatment, so I'm going to take myself onto the internet and I'm going to find out 1, a preventative measure, and 2, a healing measure. And that's me. So in the morning I wake up, like I've started now, waking up, and I stretch. Do you know what I mean? Try to keep my body a bit more supple, intact. I try and develop the mobility within my body. Do you know what I mean?
That's because you've been told that, innit?
Bedroom gymnastics.
Limber up, boy.
No, for real, bro.
But no, but serious. I'm also about the preventative tool, and then also for me with medication, oftentimes the cycle that I see is someone starts taking their medicine, and let's say an ongoing medication. boom, it has a knock-on effect on a different part of the
And
body.
then
Say
there's another
on
one to
second
take
thought.
to deal with that one.
And then there's a third, and then they just end up on 6, 7, 8 different treatments.
To treat the last one before. Yeah.
And then when there's research out there that states that your liver can only break down around about 10, sorry, your kidney, sorry, can only process about 10 years worth of pills. Yeah, so there's a finite amount of resources in your body that can break down the pills to make it effective. Once that is gone, then your kidneys start going. So for me, like, I look at it from the cash cow perspective. If you look at it from the perspective of money makes the world go round, well, how does a doctor profit pushing pill? And that's what you go there.
But how, you know what I'm saying? How else would they profit? You know what I'm saying? Because they ain't gonna profit from any other.
But it shouldn't be based off of that.
No, I'm not saying your argument's wrong.
Yeah.
I'm agreeing with you. Like, because like, when you think about it, like there's no other way that a doctor surgery will be able to keep on going and profit.
Of course, that's why we have a taxation system.
It's true.
But
NHS.
Before they used to get obviously more money. Now, obviously, we see rates of like junior doctors going down and things like that. They want more money. Cool, I understand it's a skilled profession. There's so much information out there. I don't think they're wrong for cutting their budgets. So one thing they're adding now, I don't think they're wrong for doing that because there's ways and means for us as people to take care of ourselves.
Okay, that's the point that which you
it depends on the budget you're talking about. Because there's quite like disability and things like that. Yeah. And obviously, that's what I mean. I think medication 100% has its place, but when it becomes a dependency in your life, when there's alternative means, that's foolish. Like for example, you got chronic back pain, bro. Go and stretch your body. Like go and lift the weight rather than just taking painkillers, non-stop prescription painkillers and things like that. That's what I'm not into.
And I think
because you wear off and then you just
and I think the reason why men originally it's become a thing that men don't go because they're working. And they're doing those things, so they wouldn't. I don't want to take time off work because they may not pay me for it. Now it's become like, oh yeah, they pay me for it, so some people think like that. But going back to why they wouldn't. I think it was related to the employment situation as well. But now we've taken it and we're looking at the pharmaceutical route. But
and then the other thing for me as well is like, I'm quite firm on why I don't. I have a solid reason. Some people might not have a solid reason, and that's not to slate them or anything like that. But for me, I have a solid reason. And like the other thing is, oftentimes medication can be a case of it does the job that your immune system should be doing. And when something's doing something to my immune system, which is what keeps me alive, like, do you know what I'm saying? If that's doing that job and my immune system isn't getting worked, like, I'm all for strengthening my immune system. That's why I'll take. I'll look for foods that have vitamins and minerals in them. Do you know what I mean? And eat that. I'll stretch. I'll try and maintain as much as I can a good mindset. Do you know what I mean? Bro, I'm telling you, man, your mind dictates a lot that takes place in your body, man. If you think you can regulate your hormones from a thought. You think about it, you think about a mad thought, adrenaline can start seeping through your body. What does that mean from a perspective of healing within your body?
So do you think
I try and maintain a positive mindset.
Do you think in that if you're lacking in certain areas, do you think like in like you're talking about nutrition as well? Nutrition, do you think
most connected to all the nutrition?
So it's all connected in it. So you feel like if you're lacking in that, it could affect your mental health also.
100%.
In a certain capacity.
100%. Yeah, man. It's. I like to read stuff that seems far-fetched and then come all the way back in just to widen my perspective. But like, you know, you'll see things that I speak about, like, you know, like men shouldn't eat soy and things like that because it can increase the amount of estrogen. Which then will affect your feelings and your thoughts. It'll affect your feelings and your thoughts because hormones dictate a lot within your body.
So, in terms of
cows, I don't drink that.
Well, technically sugars. Boost estrogen.
Nutrition, man.
Get a coconut milk.
What I'm saying, like you mentioned something about like even your mindset. I'm saying dictate a lot of things. So even in terms of what about like mental health and stuff like that, because especially with there's a whole not a stigma. There's a stigma surrounding mental health. And especially in the black community, we ignore it. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Or there's a weakness that's attached to it. So like even down to like you hear about people getting signed off from work and all that stuff in terms of for like stress and all the things, but like in terms of us, is there anything that links to weakness and mental health?
I've got something.
Why we wouldn't go and get?
For me, from a personal, I'm going to tell you about a personal aspect. Like obviously, I'll tell you like obviously you man know me, you know what I'm saying? I've struggled with like mental health at certain points within my lifetime, you know what I'm saying, from different things. But like from a cultural standpoint, when I have been struggling in those times, say for example I've kind of tried to reach out to somebody and said, oh, do you know what, yeah, I'm struggling with this. I want to potentially go and see somebody, you know what I'm saying? Because obviously but for me to get to that point, coming from the background that we do, you know what I'm saying, to get to that point, it took a lot. So for me to come to somebody and be like, oh, you know what, yeah, I'm feeling like I'm losing it, you know what I'm saying? I need to go see someone at least. Oh, just pray. But you know what, yeah, like in that instance, it's a obviously prayer changes things. We know this, you know what I'm saying? But in that situation, that's the last thing I want you to tell me.
It's not practical.
That's the last thing I want you to tell me. You know what I'm saying? That's the last thing I want you to tell me. Like, oh, just go and pray in it. Alright, cool. Like on my own, like in my room, like you know what I'm saying, like in my room where I'm having the main problem anyway. You know what I'm saying? Sitting there on my own in isolation. You want me to go and pray and like get even, you know what I'm saying, lose touch even more. Like it just made me annoyed, and I feel it's testament to a lot of what we do. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. A lot of what we do, like I'm talking about as a coach now, or as a Christian coach. Like when it comes to the mental health issues, it seems a weakness, but like to go back to your example, like if I was to sign off work, bro, I could tell somebody to sign off work with mental health.
Anxiety, stress.
You know what I'm saying? Like anxiety and stress. Blood, like you
better start limping, bro.
You'd rather me tell you I got signed off work. Oh, do you know what? Yeah, I got shot. You know what I'm saying? I got shot in the head. Oh, that's cool. Alright.
Yeah, it's not a weak thing.
No, that's not a weak thing.
But then I think the problem is, I think it is prevalent. I think I've had my moments of depression. So I'm trying to say where I've literally just been in my foot, and you know, it's only when I look back now and I think, yo, you were depressed, bro. Like you didn't want to get out of bed. You know, I was literally I was isolated. You know, even with my family, I used to stay in my room. You know, I used to share a room with him, and I'd still be in my own zone. Do you know what I mean? I was just isolated, and it's only now that I look back that I was like, yo, I was depressed. But it's like even in the moment, I didn't seek any help. Do you know what I'm trying to say? And I didn't see it as well. I didn't think it was anything. I was just like, oh, I'm just like, this is where I'm at.
So in that. So you're saying then, boom, you should go to the doctors, because all the doctors are going to do is prescribe antidepressants.
No, but I think that's another thing.
Typically,
obviously for me, I didn't actually go to the doctors, but it's only when I look back now, I'm like, yeah, you definitely there, bro.
I've seen people and antidepressants, and bro, like I personally, that's obviously prayer wasn't the answer I was looking for, but I didn't want to go see a therapist because I knew that they were gonna give me antidepressants, and bro, like people that I've seen on antidepressants, they walk around like. Like they're on the Walking Dead. You feel me? Like,
but this is, and the thing is,
it just neutralizes you.
For me anyway, I know mental health issues have run in my family, very prevalent in my family. So I'm trying to say, and I've seen how.
So you feel like it could be a genetic thing?
Yeah, I think there's genetic components, but then I'm like, yo,
I question that as well.
So do I.
Yeah, I just think you can be more predisposed to something, but I don't think you're going to be inclined to have it.
No, but I think it's medically proven that it's proven that there's genetics play a part.
But who proved it?
You know what I'm saying? Like, but I feel like if you're saying it's proven, but I feel like you could find equally as many studies
and this is
to disprove that.
When I'm trying to remember back to psychology and it, like, because obviously all they do tests on monozygotic twins and fraternal twins, in it, just to see. Okay, so obviously monozygotic twins are genetically identical. Yeah. So there's a higher proportion of monozygotic twins that will have, if one develops a mental health issue, the other will as well, and there's less in fraternal. This is all they say. That's what they say. That's where they marry that. Okay, there must be a genetic component because there's a complete genetic clone here, and there's more percentage of it than with two that aren't.
This is what I'm saying. My point was about predisposition.
Yeah.
I think you can be more predisposed.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. But I don't think that guarantees you, and I think you can take measures to prevent it.
Of course.
That also includes environment.
No, but when people typically say, genetic, it's in my genes. No, but it's almost like a defeated statement.
But it's environment.
That also includes environment though as well, because
I think it's important that obviously you're speaking about depression. Now, there's clinical depression, and then there's I feel depressed, I'm having a bad day. And I think obviously there's differentiation as well. And we need to make sure that we are clear with that. But as well, as you were saying with seeing the doctors and black men, I think one of the biggest things is we don't talk.
Definitely.
We don't talk. Now there are definitely roots. Definitely there's roots in our lives. Now we say chemical or life experiences, but somewhere along the line we've got to talk about it. I think that's a massive thing.
I think
massive thing.
Personal experience. You know, when I was in that state, I wouldn't really talk. Do you know what I'm saying? Like you said, but you know, now I've got like you, man, and you know, now I'm more open. I think we're all more open with each other now, anyway. Do you know what I'm saying? I think it's helped. Not saying that we've all had problems, but like, it helps in terms of our bond. It helps in terms of our bond, but then also helps in terms of just, you know, when something's going wrong. Like, you know, when I've had, there's been times I've rang you and I'm like, yo, fam. You know what I'm saying? I feel like, dude, you man know the voice notes, them 5-6 minute voice notes. I'm just ranting. But in that moment, and then you man, and then and then you no, can't do that. But then you man, the thing is, and then even there's times when it's not necessarily an angry rant, but like even this, like, yo, I'm feeling like, yo, this is really weighing me down, innit? And in that, I'm sharing my load, but then you guys are able to support me. The problem is, I don't think a lot of men, and we can say specifically black men, have a unit like this, or feel open enough with their unit to be able to show weakness. Because the thing is, I know that I could show you, man, weakness, but I'm not gonna get slated for it. Oh, bro, you stop being a waste, man, stop being a wuss. You know what I'm saying?
Unless you got wax in the ears.
but this is what I'm saying, and I feel like, unfortunately, not everyone has that, and because of that, they just go inside themselves. Do you know what I'm saying?
So how do we develop that then? It's got to be a natural thing, doesn't it? Really. You couldn't force.
We take more members,
but we've got to be intentional.
I think, I 100%.
We have a vote. We need one more member.
Yeah, 100%. I think you have to be intentional in telling someone. I'm all about like building strong relationships with people who matter to me. Like, you get me? So once you find them people, like, boom, tell them. And like, it sounds so easy. Oh yeah, just tell them. But
it takes a lot.
You either gonna tell them or you're not. Do you know what I mean? I'm not trying to like trivialize it or anything, but ultimately that's the decision you have to make, and you're either gonna tell them or you're not. And like, it's such a weight off your chest when you tell someone, like, hitting the parts that are hurting within you, like such a weight off your chest. And man.
Feel better after that, mate.
For real, you know what I'm saying? You feel like a weight's been shifted. You know, a big thing for me with sharing things that I've been through in my life, issues that I've had, it's been the kind of like, not only the stigma that's attached to it in obviously societal stigmas, and but also what people think about me after I've shared. You know what I'm saying? Like, are people gonna think I'm less of a man? Like I'm weaker. You know what I'm saying? But when you feel comfortable and you realise, and you got it out in the atmosphere, you realise that that's not the case. You know what I'm saying? You're still a man. You've just been through things.
Oftentimes they can relate back to a situation that they've been through that's similar. Maybe a friend's been through that similar, or they're going through something that's made them hurt the same way. And then they're like, man, yo, he spoke up about it.
I can do the same.
Like, oftentimes it is that, and then it's when you get those few people, they're normally people that are just so tied into their ego, like. It's like, oh, you got that. You know, everyone's dealing with something. Everyone's battling through.
Like, you see with all that now, you can move forward once you've shifted that weight, once you've got that. Because what did you say before? Preventative.
Yeah, I look for a preventative measure, and then also a healing measure.
Yeah, that's healing. You know what I mean? And I guess sometimes when you even thinking back to like doctors, like you go to the doctors, you know you ain't really gonna get healing. It's just gonna be more of a.
Unless it's Jesus.
Yes, this is and that's probably why, as men, we don't like to go.
Tizzle, baby.